Lord, listen to your children praying. Lord, send your spirit in this place. Lord, listen to your children praying. Send us love, send us power, send us grace. Something's gonna happen like the world never known. For the teacher, preacher. Hey, I want to talk about this subject on supplying your house with essentials due to this variant. And I want to see if y'all would agree or disagree with me. Should you be stocking up on food items and tissues and stuff? Because based off of what we've seen and what we're seeing right now, I often wonder, what's in your house? Bass.
It's the show that will get you thinking, and where the topics are hot. Feel free to comment whether we agree or not, 'cause he's got something to say. Sirwalterj Jones. Sirwalterj Jones. He's got something to say. Sirwalterj Jones. Sirwalterj Jones Show.
Come on in. The water's fine. Doo-doo-doo-doo. Hello, everybody. Sirwalterj Jones Show. I'm here. It is the midday connection, baby. How y'all is? Come on in and good to see you. Look at Lou. Lou. Oh, that's who you is, Louise. Good to see you. Thank you, Priscilla and Bridget Lee, my dear sister, all the way over there in that territory over there. Spiritual Java, blessed to you, Ron to the Pringle. I like your tater chips. Good to see you, Lisa Jeffrey, Realtor. I like your houses. April Echoes. I like to hear the reverberation in the shower. Ronald Wright. I like. Well, let's see what I got for you. Ronald McDonald's. I like your fries. All right, and the rest of y'all, I'm so good to see y'all. Eric and Ruth Chester is here. Chester, I like your Cheetos. All right. Blessings to all of y'all. He's a name, but not the prophets. Listen, let's talk about this thing with stocking up, okay? Should we prepare for a food shortage? Yes. Yes. George Brown is here. George Brown. Sound like a university. George Brown. Yes. Yes, you should be stocking up. Now, if you had asked me that question 20 years ago, I would have said yes. If you had asked me that question 24 years ago, I would have said yes. And if you asked me that question in 2018, I would have said yes. Yes. So my question to all of you, why would you even need to ask that question? When I was coming up, that's all my parents did was stock up. Didn't y'all hear the story of the ant when you was coming up in school? And did not the Bible tell you about the story of the ant, thou sluggard? This is a rebuke show. It's got to be a rebuke show. I don't understand that. My parents always had food and meats and covers, and we never ran out of batteries. There was a drawer with every battery known to man in there. Never worried about a flashlight running out of batteries. Didn't have to worry about a flashlight, period. And my mother had candles galore. She didn't trust Commonwealth Edison. That's the light company. I don't know who y'all got over there. And if a relative stopped by the house unannounced, it just popped up, my mother always had clean sheets and covers and pillows and pillowcases. What's wrong with you people? And we didn't do bottled water back then. Chicago's water is the best water in the world. It's some of the most pure water in the world is Chicago's water, so we didn't have to stock up on water. Now, nowadays, you do have to, and in some of the territories where y'all are, you do have to stock up on water because, the water system here can get tainted and corrupted and what have you. And so, yeah, you do need to start stocking up now with bottled water. But I don't understand. Tarek said New York is the best. I just don't understand the concept of you being an African American and not knowing to always keep a stock of something. Now, I get it that some of you live in an apartment. You may live in a basement or something like that where you cannot stock up. I get it. But that's not all of y'all. And then some of you who live in apartments, there's still some things that you can do. And when I say apartment, I mean small apartments, small. Because some of y'all apartments look like homes. 2 levels. If you're blessed to have a basement, your basement should be stocked with canned goods. And I know there's some perishables that you should always be buying. We're so used to eating out. McDonald's and Burger King and Wendy's and all this stuff that's not real food. That's why some of you are you breathe so heavy and you walk and you have to sit down because you are unhealthy. Some of you are obese and some of you are small like me, but you faint by walking a half mile. You walk to the porch to get your mail and you puffing and puffing because you're not healthy, because you're eating food that don't even the germs don't even break down, they did a study on the McDonald's hamburgers and fries. They just left it in they found fries and hamburgers that was left in the seats of cars. They had been there for months, and it looked like they had just bought the burger. It just don't break down, and we eating that stuff. So you're not used to eating at home. You're not used to eating home cooked meals that you cooked. This is a problem. So many of you, if not most of you African Americans, come from the South. Your parents were born and raised in the South. Most of you. And they brought that cooking to the North. Now, I know all of it was not healthy. That's soul food that lard. I know that. But at least they cooked at home. And in the South, when I visited the South every summer, we had to, I hated it, but as I got older, I realized how important it was. They sown in the ground, or they planted their own food. Everything. I mean, it was like everything. And we had to go back there and pick the greens and the beans and the tomatoes and the potatoes from the garden back in Jackson, Mississippi. A little town called Sharon out of Canton, Mississippi. My family grew their own food, and they had their own cows and their own horses and everything. This is why I like to eat tomato whole. I can take a tomato and eat it like an apple. I mean, it's just that good. Until I realized that the tomato is really a fruit. It's not really a vegetable. It is a fruit. So, I put some salt on that sucker. I know you non-salt people. I don't care. I put salt on that tomato, and I just eat it whole. Love it. And I brought that attitude with me in the North. So I cannot understand why is it that somebody got to tell you black people when to stock up and when not to stock up, or if a disease, a pestilence hit America, why is it that you have to wait for something like that to tell you, I got to go to the store? Are y'all crazy? Huh? I just don't understand that. If you go to my pantry right now, as a matter of fact, the last time I went to go buy toilet paper and paper towel was during the spring. And we're deep in summer, y'all. The last time I bought a paper item we were just coming out of the winter months. I live here with my daughter. My daughter's 28. Brand new grandbaby. I got a woman in the house. Women. Y'all praying for me, brothers? I always keep a roll handy for moments like this. All right? Brothers, when they go to the restroom to do either number 1 or number 2. All right, now, I'm going to give y'all a lesson. This is home economics. They got rid of home economics, but I'm going to help y'all out. All right? Now, first of all, ladies, when you put the tissue on the roll, you have to put it has to be under, not over. You pull it under. Now, so for those of you who are torturing your husbands by having the toilet tissue over, that's a sin. That's a sin. That's an abomination. That's next to fornication, adultery, and homosexuality. It's a sin. So when you put the toilet tissue on the roll, it's gotta be under. Now, from where you see it, it may look strange, but under. Come on, Esther, under. If you do it like this, that's a sin. And you need to do blood sacrifice in order for the Lord to cleanse you of your sins. Okay, now, brothers, Jackie said, that's the correct way. Java said, I hate under. All right? Okay, now, brothers, when we go to, I'm telling y'all a secret for those of you who never been married. All right? If you've never been married or you never snuck in on your boyfriend, I'm about to lose my man card. All right? Brothers, that's all we need. Did y'all see that? That's all we need. Now, if we had too much to eat and our stomachs went to rolling and rumbling, okay? Jesus said it's not which go in a man that defiles him, but what goes out into the drought. You understand? So, let's say a man was being defiled. And that's it. Y'all nasty. So let's say, Marvin for Christ said, I rebuke you. So let's say that a man had some strangers growing in his large intestinal area. Okay? Or say you extra. All right? So instead of 1 or 2, the man may require 4 or 5. Okay? Right? Because we're conservatives. All right? We're conservatives. You understand? Just in case. And then, y'all never learned this in class. I'm trying to help y'all out. Focus. Okay? And then you kindly wipe thyself. You understand? Don't look at it, brothers. Brothers, I get it. I know you got to take pictures of your stuff. Listen. Men, we are some of the nastiest heathens in the world. For some reason, we bring a magazine in the room. Yes, we need something to occupy us until we come. All right? And the feeling of releasing, see, women have babies. We don't know how it feels to be pregnant and then have a baby until it's time. You understand? And so, Kari said, "That's nasty." This is natural. I'm trying to help you, ladies, but y'all don't want to hear me. Y'all don't want to hear me. Focus, okay? Don't look at it, brothers, because I know you got a habit. You wipe and you let it go, okay? Ladies, unfortunately, your man looks at it. It's the nature of the beast. Like mine over so I can create my... Correct. Okay. Now, you kindly wipe thyself... Okay, brothers, when you're in a public restroom, if you're doing number 1, fine. You're at the urinal, you shake and you're done. Don't go shaking folks' hands because in church, I remember needing to relieve the sugary cornbread, not cornbread, but the sugary Kool-Aid that Mother Johnson made. It was too sugary, and I was in the men's bathroom needing to relieve that sugar. And as I relieved myself, brothers, you shake once. That's it. You're done. And the deacons came in there. Brother Jones, how you doing? What, bruh, I don't understand. How is it? Why is it that I'm busy and you want to shake my hand at the urinal? This ain't communion, bruh. This ain't. I'm gonna need to wash my hands. All right. Clarita said, "Now that's sin." Okay. If you shake it more than twice or 3 times, brothers, you're playing with it. All right. We should be aware of the times. Come on, Barbara Williams. All right, now let's get back to the ladies. So the men, and I see Roger. She putting on. She. I'm gonna have to fire some people on my staff because you have to have it under. All right. The Spirit of the Lord is speaking. Y'all are grieving the Holy Spirit. Okay. So men just need 1 or 2. That's it. My daughter moved into my house. And I said, "Baby girl, I bought some toilet paper." She said, "Good, thank you, Pops." I had no problem. Now the roll was, I buy thick rolls. I like the thick rolls. and I like the two ply. Okay. And my daughter went in the restroom. Now she gonna get me if she see the show, so do not tag her. And when she left the restroom, I realized that 2-ply thick roll was real thin. I said, "Baby girl," she said, "Yes. Did you drop the toilet paper in the toilet and you had to get a new roll, or you used the old roll and you had to get rid of the stuff that got hit in the water? I mean, how was it that I just gave you a full roll and you came out with a half roll? How's that possible? How?" She said, I used the restroom. No. I don't understand. Wait, you weigh about $1.25. My daughter about this big. Okay? You could put me and my daughter together and get a whole person. So I said, "Baby girl, when I go in there to use the restroom, 1 or 2, depending on how I'm feeling, I either use 1, 2, maybe 3, depending if the Lord has been good to us. The harvest is right." Esther say, "I'm guilty." Okay, I use 3. Bam, I'm done. Your father has fulfilled his journey. But why is it that when you walk in there, your whole, baby girl, now this is a true story, your whole your hole is it's about that big. This is a whole roll, baby girl. Do you realize that I could take this whole roll here and feed the hungry with this? I can literally take this roll back to Walmart and get a refund. I can literally take this, roll it out, and it would travel from my house to Evanston, Illinois, which is a 45-minute drive. I can literally take this whole roll and wash all of the dishes in our pantry and dry it with this same roll. I could take this whole roll and wash my car and your car and dry the neighbor's car. Right here. This roll right here. I could literally take this whole roll, take it down to the Federal Reserve Bank, and they can print $3 million. Whole roll. And they say, "I wipe till I'm clean." Oh, wait a minute. Look at this. This is half and half. I could literally take this whole roll that you just used on your little hole, put it in the men's restroom, and it lasts for 6 months. Well, Shona say, "You're doing too much." What would you say, Eric? I bought wet wipes before. They work pretty good. Whole roll. So, ladies, help us out here. So, my point is, Barbara said, respectfully, a man wipes once, and the other is. My point is, after I saw how my daughter uses the restroom, I went back to the store and bought 6 months supply of the dairy air wax, what we call. You understand? Or it said, right, just fell off the topic. You understand? You understand? I'm trying to be serious here. So Proverbs chapter 6 say, my son, if thou be go to verse 6. Go to verse 6. Annette, oh, you nasty. Verse 6. Go to the ant, thou sluggard. Consider her ways and be wise. the women, brothers, the women are being nasty. They don't understand the struggle. It's a struggle. Which having no guide, overseer, or ruler, provided her meat in the summer and gathers her food in the harvest. Y'all should be gathering your stuff in the gathering your food in the summertime, not the wintertime, not when the pestilence, you think the pestilence is coming, or if it's here and you think that you're going to be running out. Do it now. You should have done it yesteryear. Don't do it yesterday. You should have been doing this yesteryear. How long without sleep, old sluggard? Some of y'all are sleeping spiritually, mentally. Joyce. Okay? How long? Yet a little sleep, a little slumber, a little folding of the hands. He talked about poverty and calamity. Come on, y'all. What's wrong with you? You should have been stocked up long time ago. Long time ago. I don't know the words. The music died. We were singing bye bye, Miss American Pie. Oh, the Chevy to the levee, but the levee was dry. Some of y'all's levees are dry. Good old boys were drinking communion and wine. Let's say that. Let's say that. This will be the day that you die. Okay, that's a bad song. Right? Horrible lyrics. It's just depressing. I want to talk about, since you asked the question about stocking up, here are some of the national food and stock in your pantry stuff that you should be doing. You should have vegetables. Yes, you should. Beans, greens, tomatoes, potatoes, all that stuff. Aromatics, that means onions and garlic and ginger and chili pepper. You should have that. You should have dry goods, crackers and crisp breads. You should have rice cakes. Pastas and pasta sauces. You should have rice and grain and barley and bulgur. All that stuff. You should have that stuff. Canned soups, all right? Condiments and baking supplies and nut butters. All that stuff. You should have nuts, healthy snacks, and even some shelf-stable milk. I ain't talking about the milk in the refrigerator. Shelf-stable milk. That's dry milk, evaporating milk. You understand what I'm saying? Milk alternatives. You know, you could have some coffee and some teas, but you should get creative. Be sure to have some, your favorite coffee in there. That's fine. Creamers and all this stuff, all right? But what you should be doing, here are some of the 9 of the absolute best canned foods you should stock up on, all right? Canned tuna and salmon is always a good choice. We suffer in silence. I need y'all to focus. Okay? Get you some canned tuna and salmon. These are great sources of protein, y'all. Just try to buy a fish, packed in water, and instead of that oil, put it in water. That'll make it a lot lower in what they call that sodium. Put it in the water. Anime. Canned tuna and salmon aren't just for sandwiches. You could put this fish on top of salads and all that good stuff. It's good stuff. Number 2, canned sardines, y'all. The same guidelines that I said above apply to the sardines. You want sardines in water instead of the oil with no salt added, y'all. A lot of sardines tend to be packaged in seasonings or with flavor added. And that's where the sodium can hide, y'all. That's number 2. Number 3, get you some canned beans. Beans, y'all. Beans. And omega-3. Yeah, there you go. That's good. That's good. That's good. Matthew 16:25. Rogers, somebody wants you to put that there. Matthew 16:25. Canned beans. You can't go wrong when it comes to beans. What do you like about beans? What do you like best? There's several beans I like. I think I like all beans, especially that navy beans. Ooh, navy beans. Army beans, they all right. That navy beans. Black beans. Kidney beans. Oh, it's good stuff. Pinto beans. They tend to disagree with me. Yeah, they're all good sauces. Okay, just look for that label that says no added salt or reduced sodium. All right, you got that? All right, now, number 4, shelf-stable vegetables. You can find so many vegetables in cans these days. Green beans, spinach, carrot, peas, corn, diced tomatoes, sliced beets. I love pickled beets, y'all. Ooh, my mother used to stock up with pickled beets, and I'd eat the whole can. Haven't had them in a long time, so don't nobody be buying me a whole bunch of pickled beets. I have to be careful what I like because stuff be showing up at my door. And it'd be extra. But I like pickled beets, yeah. And if you've been paying attention, you probably can guess what we're about to say about what to put it in. Okay. Number 5, canned fruits. If you're getting fruit cocktail, make sure it's packed in water and not juice. Get you some canned fruit. All right. I'm almost finished, y'all. I'm almost done because my barber wants me at his shop at 4:30 my time. So I got to get over there. So it's a short show, y'all. Short show. I'll be done in about less than 15 minutes. I'm looking for that verse from Dr. Rogers. Here it is. If you try to hang on to your life, you will lose it. But if you give up your life for my sake, okay, why'd you put that there? Why'd you tell us to put that there, Hammer? Tell me why. Tell me why. How you going to tell folks not to be... Buy me a pound of pickled beets is not blessing me. It's just not blessing me. We think the oil sardines or tuna is in salt as a what? Oh, yeah, yeah. Just drain the oil. Barbara Williams says. Well, that might be what you want to do, but I say put it in water. Now, to each his own. I'm used to all that oil coming up, and I realized that the oil was doing more damage than anything. Ask me how I know. I loaded up last year. I have enough to feed 3 families. I also have solar lights, rocks, and clay to clean herbs. Come on, Tawana. Mixed nuts. Some of y'all are quite mixed nuts. Unsalted, please. I like the salted nuts. Love some salted nuts. I do love salted nuts, but unfortunately, they're not good. So I'll buy it and then don't do it again for a little while. Like Coca-Cola. I love Coca-Cola. Love drinking Coke. But I had to reel myself off of Coca-Cola. Because it was y'all remember the shows I would do when I'd be having these big old bumps on my faces everywhere? And I just look horrible. That was from all that Coke drinking. So now I might drink Coke once a week. Once. And that's on the weekend. I had to cut back on it because I know what my body could take. All right? So sometimes I cheat when I'm out of town. I'll drink a Coke on a Monday and a Tuesday. I cheat sometimes, but hey, my body can take it because it's like, okay, bro, I'll allow it. I'll allow the 2 days, but after that, no. All right? Mixed nuts. Sometimes it's hard to tell. It may say whole almonds on the can or the container, and those are likely the kind you're looking for. And if you're someone who has difficult chewing, or you have a relative who struggles to eat, grab some peanut butter. Number 7, milk options. Milk options. It's common to see powdered, shelf-stable milk at the store, and unsweetened coconut milk is a good option too, especially if you're lactose intolerant. I can look at milk and unfortunately y'all leave the room. Or you need a dairy-free option. These are smart items to have on hand. Milk options. I got 2 more, y'all. Number 8, low sodium veggie soups. Yes, Nathan, I'm a Coke addict. I go to Coke Anonymous. CCA, I don't know. And I say, hello, my name is Walter. Hello, Walter. And I'm a Coke head. Okay. In our meetings, we kind of stupid in our meetings. You are? Okay. All right. Well, me too. All right. It say here, low sodium veggie soups. Some can be really high in salt. So just make sure you're checking before buying it. In related advice, it's important to buy foods you know you and your family will eat. That way, if there's not a big storm or an emergency situation or a pandemic, you're still making sure those soups and items are getting eaten. Like if there's a day you're crunched on time prepping your dinner, or you need an easy side dish, canned foods can come to your rescue. Ask me how I know. Do it all in modesty. It will not hurt you. Know your body and what you can intake. Amen. Come on, Williams. Preach this. Dark sodas are not good for anyone. Try ginger ale, Sprite, mist, and sparkling. Yes, it's not good for any of y'all, but I'm going to still drink my Coke on a Saturday or a Sunday. Can't take that away from me. I can stop whenever I want to. Number 9, whole wheat crackers or whole grain cereal. A lot of people might not see these items as canned goods necessarily, but they still have that shelf life that we're looking for. These are convenient foods to stock in order to achieve that well-balanced diet. Stock up on things that you like. You don't want to buy a bunch of foods you think are right only to waste them. Now we're talking about money, y'all. Or let them sit in the back of your cupboard for a decade. Guilty. Think about the smartest, best types of all your favorites, and then brainstorm how you can aim for shelf-friendly versions. This is how my parents stocked up. You understand? My father went to the meat house once every few months. Why? Because he bought a freezer, a deep freezer, and put it in the basement. Some of y'all have homes where you can put it on the back porch, all right? Some of you live in the South where you just live by yourself and your house is there and ain't nothing else out there, so you might can put it in the backyard. Okay? Good to see you, Sade, with the rest with the receipts. Okay, so my father bought a deep freeze. He went to the meat market, spent a couple $100. Now back in the 70s, that was a lot of money, but he was saving. Instead of going to the Jewel, Osco, we didn't have no Piggly Wiggly and all that other stuff, all these other stores y'all may have down there in the South. Okay, And then he would go down there, spend an hour, seemed like or so, buying a bunch of meat. He would put it in the back in the day, the cars had deep trunks. You could put 6 bodies in those trunks back then. And he would stack the trunk with meat and come home, and he would call his boys out there, and it'd take us almost all day to unload all of that meat and put it in that deep freeze. So what happened every day? My mother, for sometimes 2 and 3 months, we would eat off of that meat. So it didn't matter if a storm came. It didn't matter if a tornado. It didn't matter if a pestilence. It didn't matter. Didn't matter. And my father taught us how to chop wood, how to make a fire. We had a pot-belly stove in the house. Now, that was a little much for me. All right? Oh, must be my father right now. That was a little much for me, but my father was such a conservative man, and he conserved and preserved, that we literally had a pot-belly stove in the house. We still had gas. We still had a furnace. But my father, he just, anyway, so he would go around town and pick up wood and stack the back. This is Chicago, y'all. This ain't Mississippi. And he would stack the backyard with a bunch of wood leading up into the wintertime. He'd buy an axe. We all had an axe. And we'd be back there chopping wood. Pow! And the neighbors be looking at us laughing. Ha ha! Ooh, like that little kid on Bart Simpson. Ha ha! Those kids just be laughing at us, and we back there chop, chop. Let me tell you about the chop. We had a chain gang. And we'd stack up all that chopped wood in the backyard. And then we would bring it in and feed that monster called the potbelly. This was in the 80s, y'all. And they'd laugh at us. But my father had the last laugh, because when the winter season was over, most of our neighbors had $2,000 and $3,000 gas bills. And my father would, he look at his bill, it'd be $50. Look, boys, here's the gas bill. And my neighbors be crying, and then the neighbors had to go down there to the government to ask for relief, because in Chicago they have what's called a moratorium on shutoffs. Maybe some of y'all cities do that as well. But it is against the law for the gas company and the light company to shut off your bill from November until maybe March. You understand? It's against the law. So what was black people doing? Well, they wasn't paying the bill from November, December, January, and January was sometimes February was the highest bill month, because it was the coldest month, February. And so it was easy for people to have $2,000-$3,000 and more gas bills, because they figured, now, you know what, I'll wait until the moratorium is almost over and then I'll pay it. And it never worked. So when March 30th came, the city came out there, started cutting off people's gas. Shoot, 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 shoot. Cutting it off. Eric, stop. All right. My dad returned to a VA every year. What? He purchased. Come on, Jess. I like him. It's okay to stock up. Yet it's better to believe that Yahweh, Jehovah, will supply. Oh, I see what you're saying. Be prepared not to lose your soul over what you stock up. I get that, Hammer. I understand. But can I say this to you? No, I'm not going to say it. I'm not going to say it. All right. I stock all of this from my family, and I stock military. Oh, and protein. Okay. Okay. Call me crazy, but as a man, I can. Come on. Come. MRE. Come on. But I got none of these. I got thrown totally out of the box. I'm not. Oh, you got. Oh, who rattled you? So you done put none of this down, huh? Shame. We were laughing. Stock of the neighborhood. My father raised his. Wow. See, look at Lou. There you have it. All right, listen. I'm gonna get out of here. So, you people who are not prepared, I get it. Get prepared. You should always been stocking up. All right. So go to the store and slowly buy stuff for the house. Don't do a run on the store like y'all do a run on the bank. Just slowly go there and buy stuff for the house. Every week. Just start stocking up. Not for a pandemic, but for your family. Do you understand? Can you do that? Because this variant is acting a fool. And those of you who decided not to be vaccinated, I get that too. You are a product of your own fear. And some of you are delusioned as well. I get it. I can't keep beating people up for what they want to do. But do me a favor, will you please? If you're not vaccinated, can you stay away from me? Can you keep your distance? Can you put on a mask? Keep your hands washed. If you don't want to be vaccinated, can you just stay away from me? And stay on your side of town until you get a grip of what you want to do in life with this pandemic. Okay? Stay away from me. I'm not going to tell you to get vaccinated. That's your choice. You can do whatever you want to in your world. Create your own reality. But can you do that away from me? Don't shake my hand. No, just call me on the phone, text me, or wave at me from a distance. Okay? So you don't have to get vaccinated. Just do your thing away from me and my family. And the Lord will get you through this the best way he can, I guess. Other than that, as for me and my house, this is how we're going to serve the Lord. We're going to listen to science. It has done good for me since I was born. It's been good to me. I love science. Thank God for science. He is omniscience. And everything we got here, man didn't create. God created everything. Man created nothing. And then God gave knowledge to man to do stuff in a bowl. He just makes stuff in a bowl. Thank God for the knowledge that he's given man. And we ask God for a quick relief. And he sent it to us. And to this day, I probably am still alive today because I have an elixir in my stream. And so for those of you who think we're going to turn into apes and monkeys and dead people in 10 years, I'm going to wait for 10 years. And when the 10 years come, and we can talk then. Meanwhile, stay on your side of the fence, and I'll stay on my side. You don't talk about me for getting it. I won't talk about you for not getting it. That's how we gonna live in peace. Do you understand? And for those of you who are afraid, one reason why there's no power in your church today is based off of this same illiteracy in your brain. You can't heal nobody. Y'all got prayer lines and altar lines, and still the people are coming in there flooding. If you ask somebody in church today, how many of y'all are sick, come to the altar, 90% of the church is coming to the altar. And you're worried about a vaccine? Where was your power in the church? Where's that? Some of y'all are alcoholics. Some of y'all are hooked on opioids. Some of y'all are hooked on all kind of stuff. Where's your power there? And you worried about a vaccine? Really? I don't want your faith. Your faith is killing us. Bye-bye.
Well, goodbye. 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 Enjoy yourself. Bye.